about to enter a world of the strange and unusual. Of course we mean it's Duckvember! Eh? Yeah, too overexcited. But anywho, for this Duckvember, I wanted to try something a little different. Something I haven't really done before. I mean, I've done video. I think last year I did Scrooge. But I wanted to try something a bit different. I wanted to actually go over and explain my process. Because, boy, is it a process. Let's get to it. Okay, starting off, we of course have the sketching process, which honestly is not really much to say. Usually I do things digitally, but to start out with this, I had a piece of paper just lying around. I was like, I'm gonna doodle with a marker and see what I can get, because I was still trying to figure out how I wanted to draw a Rockerduck in my style. It's mostly the hair, as you can see here. I redid it so many times. Yeah, and so this is just me still trying to get the shapes, a good idea of the shapes, that how I want to do it. Ah, that hair. Yeah, and then here with Rockerduck, I always imagine him kind of like that cat meme where you have the knives all surrounding them. I just like that squinty, I'm up to no good and I know it look, which I feel works pretty well for Rockerduck. And and here we start getting into the inking. I like to use the line tool, mostly just because I really feel like I have to have a control of how everything looks in this stage, which is usually why inking is the longest stage for me. Let's see what we got going on here. Yeah, me still tweaking the shapes with the bill and what have you, and then moving on to the hair. This is gonna be a bit of a process, like I said, when it comes to, I really like to refine these shapes a lot, because for me, while coloring is the fun part, as well as the sketching, I'm sure most people feel that way, but to me inking is the important part, because the inking is what's gonna draw people in and really what I work from. And when I have a messy line art, I feel like the picture tends to suffer, but that just could be me being a bit of a perfectionist. Oh, there I go again. Yeah, I got that angle. Let's see what's next. And then the glasses, I just use the circle tool, and then I use the border option, which kind of makes a perfect circle line art, and then I just duplicate that to get a bit of effect, with a bit of tweaking. Those sure are glasses, which are about to be colored. There we go. And yeah, I like colored glasses against a darker outline, especially because I like the eyes to be the main focus. So if I'm gonna have glasses, I usually prefer that. Again, here with the hat, I kind of go a bit overboard when I'm trying to find the correct shape, because I feel with this style that I've developed, it's very shape focused, and so if it doesn't have that right naturally flowing shape into the next bit, I just end up feeling it's clunky looking. So yeah, that's why there's a lot of refining there. Ooh, eyebrows. Yeah, with the eyebrows, again, I usually like them really thick. Not that you can't have characters within our eyebrows, it's just I think it makes a nice contrast to the rest of the picture. And yeah, here we go, keep inking that bad boy. It's kind of funny because the whole lapel angle here, I end up going over it with the rose when I ink that, so it's just kind of funny to me that I end up spending so much time tweaking these shapes when I ended up just going over it, really. What's next? Oh yeah, the tie. I guess that's something I could talk about, since a lot of this thinking is gonna be, repetitive. I prefer shapes. I don't know why I sound like Goofy there. Gosh. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. But yes, with shapes, and what have you. So like, oh, now I remember what I wanted to say. Yeah, something about Rockerduck in his suit. Recently, I've just been going with this idea of him being the more fashion forward of the rich business ducks of like DuckTales and Disney Ducks. And so that's why I kind of prefer making him be the one that's wearing the gray and like colorful. Gray is not really a color, but like I add a hint of purple to the color, which you'll see later. But I preferred that because it just feels like more fashion forward thing versus like the black suits that like not Rockerduck, that Glomgold usually wears, and then Scrooge's like ragged outfit, cause he's owned that for like a billion years. Oh yeah, here this is where I do the colored part of the outlines, and for this I just go over the black with the screen tool and just choose the color, and then that's a lot of tweaking. And then here, just to make the hair stand out a little bit against the face and what have you, I'm making it slightly grayer than the rest of his feathers, but it ends up all blending in once you have shading and stuff. Oh yeah, and then I changed the eyes from, I went with purple first just because like, oh, that'll make a nice contrast to the yellowish gold of the glasses, but then after I started putting the glasses on, I was like, you know what? I feel like there's too much of the grayish purple hues, so I'm gonna like just make his eyes like a yellowish orange. Kind of, I don't know, kind of adds to the glitteriness of this character. I couldn't make up my mind on what I wanted the fabric band to be. It's pretty funny. And then I think this is the shading. Yeah, here's the shading. Like I said, it starts making things pop a lot more. Which I do this over the liner. Usually I want it, but because this is colored liner, I want the colors of that to also naturally blend into everything. And then the background, that's just using the gradient filter with a darker color, lighter color, and then posterizing it to get that effect. And then this is the tweaking. But yeah, that's pretty much done. I just tend to tweak for like a billion years before like doing final touches like the highlights and what have you. And that's pretty much my process. Wash, rinse, repeat. Thanks for watching. You are about to enter a world of the strange and unusual. A world where ducks can talk? This is Duckvember, and I forget what I was going with this. You are about to enter a world of the strange and unusual. Of course, I mean we're back. You are about to enter a world of the strange and unusual. Of course, I mean it's Duckvember. Hey, time of the month. Oh, that's a bad phrase. Let's not do it that way. No.